Good day everybody, welcome to today's video. Today's video, we definitely went down the rabbit hole in this video. If you guys been watching this LS project, I had picked up a rebuilt 4L60E transmission, and because I picked up a rebuilt transmission, I didn't want to buy the adapter kit that would involve taking the transmission apart to change out the tail shaft to make it work with the Jeep transfer case. So I went through the hassle and I picked up a 231C transfer case and I rebuilt that, made a 6-gear planetary, put the larger chain in it, essentially made it a heavy duty transfer case. And then I had an idea where I was going to use an emulator to create the VSS signal for the LS computer, but a last minute decision, I decided to buy an adapter plate for the 4L60 transmission that would have adapted to a 700R4 adapter to the 231, which in the end this project has exceeded the cost of just buying a kit. So hindsight being, if you're going to do an LS project, I highly recommend you, if you have a 4L60 transmission, buy one that is rebuildable, because you have to take it apart anyways, get the tail shaft put in, so you might as well have the whole transmission rebuilt. But anyways, let's go down the rabbit hole. The adapter kit did not work out as planned because the reluctor ring that I got obviously did not fit. It involved having to do some machining, some milling. This turned out to be a whole total disaster. And of course, picking up the 700R4 adapter did not fit on my 231 transfer case, so I had to machine this out as well. Anyways, this is what you're going to experience. Let's just go through this briefly. So I was talking about earlier that I had to machine the teeth down because I had interference fit with the sensor, and I had to bore out the inside as well to make it fit, which I believe I'm set up good now. And I also talked about the adapter I had to pick up to work with this kit. I had to machine it out to have it fit on my 231 transfer case. And what I mean is, if you took the adapter, put it on the 231C transfer case, it doesn't fit. It's got the gap. The newer styles have that seal mount that makes it extrude too far. So it wasn't a big deal. I stuck it in the mill, machined it down, and as you can see right now, it's a perfect fit, but there's more problems. So let's get this set up. We need to Loctite this screw in to make sure it doesn't come loose, because if this comes loose, it's going to rattle on the shaft between the transmission input shaft and the back of the transmission, and that could get pretty ugly. Also, even though we have a seal here, the kit recommends that you put some silicone, so we'll put a little bit around the flange side here, and hopefully that should be enough to seal it off. So after a countless few hours of machining everything to make it fit, I got it to work. The final test would be obviously when the computer's programmed and I go start up, make sure the VSS sensor is actually going to be reading properly. But so far it's looking good. Put the transfer case back on. And then we're going to encounter our next problem with the transfer case shifter, since I'm using the 231C instead of the 231J. I should have actually cut this, but I didn't. But the problem is that the 231C has a different bolt pattern than the 231J. So obviously the Novak conversion kit bracket does not fit. So now I need to modify one. I cut the bracket, got a little piece there to weld in, and then we're going to have to cut that little bottom piece of that bracket off, and hopefully it should fit up properly and everything should work. Nice little project, get the welder out. Welder in place, hope for the best. If you want something done, you got to modify it yourself. Now that it's welded up and ground smooth, just got to paint it and shouldn't have any issues with interference while bolting it up. Theoretically, I got the pin in there now, so I should be able to shift through the gears if everything works. At this part of the video, everything is set up. Like I said, I'm not going to know if the VSS sensor is going to work properly until we fire it up, but custom cross member for the tranny is installed. Novak shifter cable brackets modified. Everything seems to work. Everything seems to fit up. Time will tell what's going to happen.